Welcome to Super Dev channel. Divan here. Just today I'm going to talk about the Formula One. So the last race was the Monte Carlo race, where Lewis Hamilton really messed up big time. I think from a driver's perspective, Lewis Hamilton can only blame himself. If he's really a world champion, he would have known if he would pit, how long that pit stop would take and how close his competitors would get to him. And I think the fact that he didn't take that in consideration just seems that he's in an automatic mode where he just listens and does without thinking. So my review on the previous Grand Prix, I really apologize for uploading this so late. It's just that I had so much other videos that I was uploading on my other channels, which I definitely have to say that I feel bad about letting down my Formula 1 channel, as I'm a massive Formula 1 fan. But I just want to continue saying that Lewis Hamilton can blame no one else but himself. If he just used his common sense, proven to himself that he's a world champion, by making sure, understanding all the information and facts given to him before he executed a plan as to pit without a reason other than to save his tires, then unfortunately I have to say that Lewis Hamilton, you still have a long way to go. That is why Stirling Moss, I have to say, the late great Stirling Moss, Formula 1 champion, has definitely solidified his position where he said that Lewis Hamilton still has a long way to go to be the type of Formula 1 drivers that there was in long years back. So I'm not making sense saying that, but what I mean is, like, many years ago, drivers had to constantly juggle between life and death. Today is not the same situation. The driver just needs to use his brains and use it wisely to win, and also make sure that he has and selects or gets himself into a strong enough team to be able to win, which Lewis Hamilton has. So he has already passed in that area where he has chosen a very strong team, driving for a very strong team. He just needed to get his brain in line with his vision and his world champion position. And he needed to realize that with all information I have, why would I spoil that, throw it away, and then lose my position to win the Monte Carlo? I promise you, that was the defining moment where Lewis Hamilton probably felt like he lost the World Championship. Even though his 2015 World Championship, he's comfortably leading. Maybe not as comfortably as he did before the Monte Carlo GP, but he was definitely leading it. So what I want to say is that Lewis Hamilton, pull your head out of your ass. I know it's very, I'm really apologize for those words, but I have to be straight. If you want to be a world champion, which I really think that you are, you just need to focus on that. You just need to focus on using your brain more often, asking your pit crew for their information before you make any sort of decision. Because at this point of time, if you want to be a world champion, you need to take responsibility for your actions. And yes, you have made the worst ridiculous mistake any Formula 1 driver could make, is by handing on a silver platter the race lead to your teammate without any reason, without any common sense to it. So Lewis Hamilton, I really do think that you're better than Nico Rosberg. You've proven that last year. You're definitely an outstanding driver, but now you need to come together, put your brain, your initiative, your intelligence together, put it in line with your driving skills so you can become the ultimate world champion. So stop focusing on music, stop pretending to care about those tattoos. In the end of the day, those tattoos will become wrinkly, and you would be dreading the fact that you had those tattoos put on your body. So leave those tattoos, leave your accessories, leave whatever hip-hop brain dream you have in your brain. Just leave that all behind and focus on using your intelligence and your driving skills to the fullest capability that it has. And I promise you, you can definitely take a book or take a page out of Schumacher's book because he has proven that he not only uses his driver skills, he uses his brains as well. So just please get yourself together. I'm not going to talk about anything else other than what Lewis Hamilton did, because I really think that he probably punched himself in the stomach for doing that. He basically hurt himself, and there was no real plausible reason why he did so. And I just think that the fact that Nico Rosberg had to win that same race 2 years in a row, and this time just purely by his teammate being lacking the initiative of thinking, I think it's just ridiculous. So all I can say is, yes, Kimi Raikkonen, you definitely do not have the passion and drive to be a proper Ferrari driver. I definitely do see the boss, Arbivian Montemzimo, I believe that's his name. I can't remember his name out of my head because that's a very big name, very tricky name to pronounce. But I'm pretty sure that the Ferrari boss is definitely going to look for a replacement. And I have to be honest, I do think the strongest Finn at the moment is Valtteri Bottas. And I think Kimi Raikkonen needs to get a wake-up call, because he's way too comfortable just being in a Ferrari team and having a lot of money in his pocket to spend. So sorry to say that, I was a very big Kimi Raikkonen fan, but he no longer has the passion and drive to motivate me to support or to be a fan of him. So I understand all these situations has made him negative, with him having to forcefully leave Ferrari when Alonso arrived with the new sponsorship for Ferrari. I understand that. But unfortunately, if you can't put yourself in a situation where you can focus on what you know that needs to be done, then it means you're no longer a real Formula 1 race driver. And the championship that you've won no longer proves that you are a world championship driver, as it has happened in 2007, which is almost approximately 4 or 5 years ago. So, sorry, approximately 7 years ago. So I'm pretty sure it's more than that. It's probably 8 years ago. But my point is that Kimi Raikkonen is not a Formula 1 driver. I really don't know what he's doing in Formula 1 anymore. He was doing well in Renault. He did prove how much of a strong driver he is. But in this Ferrari team, he's just definitely not caring what he's doing. And then yeah, what can I say? Nico Rosberg, you're a very lucky guy. You won that race purely by luck. Your teammate was incompetent, and that's why you won that race. You do not deserve it. I do believe that you're a good driver, but you're unfortunately not a world championship driver. That's what I do. Sebastian Vettel, I think Vettel, the concentration level of Vettel and his game plan is not in line with what he could achieve. So he's definitely not at his full potential. So Vettel definitely needs to do some soul searching. He needs to find that optimum performance package, mentality where he can take his car to the next level. Even though his car is not as strong as Mercedes, he can definitely challenge them. Especially when the race starts, he can definitely get in between the two Mercedes, and he could have held his ground between them, but he didn't. That's unfortunate. I know it's easier said than done, but I do believe Vettel needs to find some extra motivation, extra level that he has not yet achieved to become his optimum self. So that's what I think. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know it's a short episode. It's just quickly touching on the most touching areas, but I just needed to talk about this before the new race this weekend finishes. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave a like if you like, leave a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Ciao for now.
Thank you for watching. If you like my video, why don't you subscribe?